What do you do when your brother becomes your enemy? Your queen flips the script, and your kingdom collapses in front of the world. This isn't just betrayal, it's Harlem history being rewritten in real time. Leaked tapes, hidden money, hotel scandals, and a pink fur legend holding the match. Forget rap beef, this is empire versus ego, and by the time you're done watching, you'll question everything you thought you knew about Dipset, loyalty, and love. Let's unpack the betrayal that shook the streets and shattered the throne, because this story, it's far from over. What do you do when the very blocks you bled for, the kingdom you hustled to build, and the woman you thought had your back all flip on you in one brutal blow? Harlem just witnessed a backstab so ruthless, even Shakespeare would have winced. Jim Jones, the once proud capo and voice of the streets, is now locked up in a jumpsuit. But the twist? The final betrayal came from the one man he called his brother forever. Cam Ron.Dipset is not just over it, was laid to rest in luxury, threads and a stack of legal paperwork. But here's where it really spirals. While Jim counts time behind bars, the real detonation came when Cameron aired out Chrissy Lampkin like never before. We are talking about secrets so scandalous, they could have come sealed by federal agents, leaked documents, suspicious financial dealings, and a betrayal so raw, Harlem might need group therapy just to recover. So get ready, this is not just another messy headline. This is a cultural collision unfolding in real time, and you are not just watching it, you are riding shotgun. This is deeper than gossip and louder than a rap beef. It is the unraveling of loyalty, the collapse of trust, and the price of fame when it starts to rot from the inside out. Is this truly justice being served, or is it revenge wrapped in high heels, designer sunglasses, and filtered Instagram posts? Who really pulled the trigger? Was it Jim, with his history of pride and paranoia? Cam, with his flair for calculated chaos? Or Chrissy, the woman who many say was silently pulling the strings all along? And here is the bigger question: when did loyalty stop being sacred and turn into a luxury accessory that only the rich and reckless pretend to own? It is time to pull back the velvet drapes, shut down the glitz, and expose the truth they hoped would stay hidden. Let us rewind not to the surface, but to the very heartbeat of Harlem, where Dipset was more than a rap group. It was a movement. Jim Jones was not just rapping about the streets, he was living them. His anthems were war cries. His interviews were sermons on loyalty, hustle, and staying solid. And he was the pink mink-wearing mastermind, a Harlem icon with the kind of charisma that could either crown a king or crush an empire. Together, they were unstoppable, or so we thought. But everything began to shift the moment the cameras turned inward, and reality TV invited itself into the sacred circle. With Chrissy Lampkin stepping into the spotlight, lines blurred between private love and public drama. The romance that once felt authentic now looked like strategy. And then came the betrayal. Cameron, never one to bite his tongue, lit the match on Instagram Live and watched the firestorm unfold in real time. With a glass of something expensive in one hand and years of pent-up frustration in the other, he unleashed a barrage of accusations that landed like digital grenades. According to him, Chrissy was not just Jim's longtime partner, she was the unseen hand pulling strings behind the scenes. Cam claimed she was not simply standing beside Jim but steering him from the shadows, manipulating key moves and allegedly funneling large amounts of money through a tangled web of shady financial channels. Within minutes, the internet erupted. Hashtags like Chrissy the Kingpin began trending across platforms, with amateur sleuths and digital detectives diving into old receipts and property records. What they found added gasoline to an already raging fire: real estate companies that existed only on paper, suspicious offshore transfers, and non-profit organizations tied to what some claimed were laundered donations. Then, the dam broke. Leaked audio messages surfaced, filled with panic and whispered tension. Grainy security footage began circulating online. One clip allegedly showed a woman resembling Chrissy entering Cam's Miami hotel suite in the middle of the night. The speculation spread like wildfire. Was this a calculated power play? A moment of weakness? Or just a cleverly timed setup? While Cam presented it all as cold, hard truth, some wondered if he was revealing facts or simply unraveling years of resentment with a messy dose of revenge. Regardless, the damage was done. The lines between love, loyalty, and manipulation blurred before the public's eyes. What began as a hip-hop brotherhood now looked more like a Shakespearean feud with Wi-Fi, where betrayal wore heels and posted selfies. The question no one could answer with certainty: whether Cam was finally lifting the veil on a long-hidden truth, or just dragging Chrissy into the mud out of spite. Either way, Harlem was watching and the streets were talking, and then the final bombshell dropped: news that a federal grand jury had been formed. And both Chrissy and Jim were named in the investigation. Now, Jim is behind bars. The man who once shouted "We fly high" is grounded by charges too heavy for even Dipset pride to lift. And what was once Harlem's most powerful alliance is now a cautionary tale. This is not just drama, it is the price of loyalty when fame and ego get in the driver's seat. This is no scripted drama, this is unfolding right now. No private chef, no glam squad, and definitely no Chrissy strolling in with designer bags and Instagram-ready tears. Just cold steel, bars, silence, and a betrayal deeper than any diss record could ever cut. So how did it all unravel? Enter Kamran, the pink camera-slinging, mink-furring Harlem legend who was once more than Jim's rap partner. He was family. Together, they did not just make music, they shaped a movement. Dipset was Harlem's heartbeat, a street anthem, wrapped in couture and swagger. But behind the hits and headlines, tension brewed. And Cam, he chose to throw the match and watch the empire burn. It all started innocently. Enough in Instagram Live. Cam, sipping top-shelf liquor, laughing a little too loud, doing that thing where he says, "I ain't gon' say much," right before he says everything. And what came next? A digital nuke aimed straight at Chrissy Lampkin, Jim's longtime fiancée and reality TV royalty. Cam did not just hint at deception, he unloaded receipts. From alleged secret deals and offshore accounts, to whispered meetings behind Jim's back, Cam painted Chrissy as the puppet master behind the Dipset downfall. Social media went into a frenzy. Chrissy the Kingpin was trending before lunch. Twitter lit up with conspiracy threads, TikTok detectives pieced together timelines like it was a true crime special. One YouTuber even claimed Chrissy blinked in Morse code during a 2012 red carpet interview. It was that messy. And Jim, not a word. The man who once rapped like his life depended on it. Total silence, no statements, no rants, not even a cryptic tweet. That silence only added fuel. Was Cam violating an unspoken Dipset code? Or was he finally saying what no one else had the courage to admit? But wait, it did not stop there. The moment Cam cracked open the vault, internet sleuths went digging. And what they uncovered, let's just say VH1 wouldn't dare touch this plotline. Chrissy's name started popping up in shady nonprofits, ghost-run real estate firms, and money trails linked to long-forgotten offshore accounts. Then boom, man, alleged federal document leaks. A grand jury is reportedly forming. Names, Jim and Chrissy, front and center. Before the dust could settle, Kamran doubled down, dropping voice memos online like mixtape freestyles. In one, woman, allegedly Chrissy, pleads off camera, whispering, "Please don't tell Jimmy what happened in Miami. He can't know." It was more than once. The voice responding, reportedly Cam himself. Cue the meltdown. Chrissy confessed and hashtag CamCapConfidential were trending within minutes. Fans clutched pearls, prayer beads, and phone screens in disbelief. And while Jim's supporters hoped this was just smoke, the fire came fast. Hotel surveillance footage, leaked guest logs, and a so-called anonymous bellboy who suddenly launched a YouTube channel. Then came the bombshell. The tape. Literally, footage timestamped 2:17 a.m., showing a woman with Chrissy's frame, wearing her exact outfit, entering Cam's Miami hotel suite. The internet froze. Harlem did not just lose a king. It might have lost its crown. In real time, there's no glamour left, just an orange jumpsuit, no personal chef, no Chrissy arriving with designer bags and Instagram tears, only cold steel bars and a betrayal deeper than any diss track. So how did it come to this? It all started with that pink Camara, the same one that once captured the legacy of a Harlem duo who were more than rappers. They were a cultural force. Kamran and Jim Jones built Dipset into an empire of street anthems and swagger, but beneath the unity was tension. And Cam eventually chose to ignite it all with a single Instagram Live, laughing, drinking something expensive, and pretending to hold back. Cam dropped bombshells aimed at Chrissy Lampkin, Jim's longtime fiancée and alleged puppet master of his crumbling world. Cam painted Chrissy not just as manipulative, but as a silent operator in shady deals, hidden accounts, and backroom betrayals, turning social media into a wildfire of theories. Chrissy the Kingpin trended fast, with internet sleuths connecting dots to offshore wires, ghost real estate firms, and suspicious nonprofits. Then came the leak. A federal grand jury was allegedly being formed, and both Chrissy and Jim were named. As the chaos brewed, Cam returned with more emo-licked voice notes, supposedly capturing Chrissy's panicked pleas about a secret rendezvous in Miami. The internet erupted, and before long, surveillance footage surfaced. A woman with Chrissy's exact frame was seen entering Cam's hotel suite at 2:17 a.m. Now, fans are left questioning everything. Was Cam being messy, or was he the only one bold enough to finally reveal the truth behind Dipset's downfall?